The blessings of Ramadan, the blessings of Ramadan, the blessings of Ramadan.
Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salamu ala Sayyidil Mursaleen. Amma ba'd fa'a'uzu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Please repeat after me. As-salatu wa salamu alayka ya Rasulallah wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Habiballah. As-salatu wa salamu alayka ya Nabiyallah wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Nurallah. Sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We are about to enter the final 10 days of Ramadan al-Mubarak. Now these 10 days are the most important and most significant. These 10 days could determine the rewards you achieve, the blessings you gain, the mercies that descend upon you, and the benefits you get from this Ramadan al-Mubarak. This could be the most important time of your life. Allahu Akbar. Because we may never get these last 10 days of Ramadan al-Mubarak again. The purpose of doing i'tikaf in Ramadan was to find Laylatul Qadr, because the strongest opinion amongst the scholars is that this is hidden in the odd nights of the last 10 days. So Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the best of creation sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, would work very hard in the last 10 days. Aka Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam would spend these last 10 days giving maximum effort to the worship of Allah Azza wa Jal. And Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, Aka Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said that search for Laylatul Qadr in the odd nights of the last 10 days. And this shows us that we should also be making a great effort to succeed in this Ramadan al-Mubarak. Now it's like a marathon. You know, you've run most of the race and now the last bit. And if you put in the maximum effort in these last 10 days, then inshallah Azza wa Jal, you will reap the rewards and you will come first by the fazl of Allah Azza wa Jal, by the grace of Allah Azza wa Jal, and the blessings of His beloved Habib sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So how do we do that? Well, it's all about planning. You know, like we planned for Ramadan al-Mubarak, now let's plan for these last 10 days to maximize our benefits and our blessings. So make a jadwal, make a schedule of what I'm going to do. Make a list of all the important things that you need to do, all the worships you need to do, all the extracurricular things you wanted to do. And try and shed away any worldly duties that you can. If you have to work, you have to work. But try and get rid of everything else and dedicate that extra time to the worship of Allah Azza wa Jal. Now, to gain the true spirituality, the true blessings and the true essence of Ramadan, the principles of spirituality tell us that we should eat less. You don't want to waste these 10 days by overeating and then being tired or being ill. So eat less and plan for that in advance. You know, we've had fried foods and we've had all the different dishes. Last 10 days, think, I'm going to concentrate on my worship, so I'm going to eat plain foods and I'm going to eat less so that I can dedicate myself to the worship of Allah. Then, speak less as well. Rather than worldly talk, let's keep this tongue busy in the zikr of Allah and blessings and durood pak upon His beloved Habib sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And if you can protect our tongue, we will truly feel the spirituality of the last 10 days of Ramadan al-Mubarak. Then sleeping. Sleeping we've got all year. We've got 355 days. These 10 days, Allahu Akbar, we need to dedicate to the worship of Allah Azza wa Jal. Try and make sure you wake up at night. Try and make sure you pray your tahajjud, your ishraq, your jasht, your awwabin, and then try and maximize the blessings of Allah Azza wa Jal by praying Salatul Tasbih. This is the namaz where you recite Subhanallah walhamdulillah wa la ilaha illallah wallahu akbar in every rukn, and you recite it a certain number of times. And the blessings of this is that Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, you gain forgiveness from the court of Allah Azza wa Jal. Then make it an intention that if I'm at work and I can't get there, I will protect my salah, but as much as I can pray in the masjid, I will try and get to the masjid. For every namaz, I will read in the first row with takbir ula, with the first takbir behind the imam. Subhanallah. Now the next is Quran Kareem. You know, like we started to train in Shaban al-Muazzam and started to read the Quran to try and build up our stamina, and then in Ramzan al-Mubarak, we've been reciting a juz, a full para of the Quran. Now how amazing would it be if on the day of Eid we had read a full Quranic Pak in the last 10 days. Subhanallah. Now that isn't something that can't be achieved. 3 paras a day, 2.5, 3 hours a day maximum. For those who read a bit faster, it's 1.5 hours to 2 hours. Dedicate that time. but it will give you this essence of Ramzan, the spirituality of Ramzan. It will give you so much blessings that you won't be able to handle them. Subhanallah. So make that in your jadwal. Say, I will read one para in the morning, one para in the afternoon, one para in the evening. Subhanallah, that would be truly amazing. Then after the Quran, let's keep our lips and our tongue busy with the Durud Pak upon the best of creation, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If we could recite 1,200 times, or 2,000 times, or 5,000 times, or some brothers are doing it 12,000 times every day for the last 10 nights of Ramadan al-Mubarak, the last 10 days of Ramadan al-Mubarak, how amazing would that be? Can you imagine the blessings and the barakats? Whoever recites Durud Pak once, 10 mercies descend on him. So who is reciting Durud Pak 10,000 times, 12,000 times a day? Can you imagine the blessings, the bounties of Allah Azza wa Jal that are going to be heading his way? And we can achieve that. Reciting Durud Pak 1,200 times, for example, may take you 10 minutes, 12 minutes. Can we not spare 12 minutes to make our life and our hereafter better and gain the barakats and blessings of Ramzan al-Mubarak? Of course we can. Then, every morning when you get up, try and recite Surah Yasin Sharif. This will give you protection during the day and will give you the reward of reciting 10 Qur'an Paks. Subhanallah. Then every night, recite Surah Mulk Sharif. It only takes a few minutes, and Alhamdulillah, you gain the blessings and the barakats of this. Then, as I mentioned earlier, at least in the odd nights, recite, pray Salatul Tasbih. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. This is a source of great blessings. Then, in the last 10 days, try and spend maximum time listening to bayans, listening to the Madani Muzakaras of Amir al-Sunnat, watching the Madani Muzakaras of Amir al-Sunnat, listening to Naate Paks, learning the deen of Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam, learning about the love of Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The more you do this, the more your spirituality will increase. Guard your tongue. Guard your tongue. Refrain from idle speech. And keep yourself busy. Hold the tasbih in your hand. Don't be scared of holding the tasbih. A lot of people, they're scared of what other people will think. Forget that. Just take this, keep it as your personal weapon against the shaitan, and keep reciting Durud Pak, keep doing the zikr of Allah Azza wa Jal. And inshallah Azza wa Jal, by the blessings of this, you will achieve maximum benefit from this last 10 days of Ramzan al-Mubarak. And keep your ears away from evil, listening to anything wrong. If anybody is indulging in wrong, stay away from those sorts of people. Then fill in your Madani Inamat card. This is a beautiful checklist full of Madani pearls that Amir al-Sunnat Dawud Barakatuh Aliyah has given us. And if we could do that every day, Alhamdulillah, we would maximize the blessings of the last 10 days of Ramadan al-Mubarak. Two final things. One, give sadaqah in the way of Allah Azza wa Jal. This, in the last 10 days, Allahu Akbar, the mercies and the blessings of Allah Azza wa Jal will run towards you. And then finally, the most important thing that I've left to last, in the last 10 days, spend time making dua, supplication in the court of Allah Azza wa Jal. Beg Allah Azza wa Jal for His blessings. Beg Allah Azza wa Jal for forgiveness in His court. Ask Allah Azza wa Jal to forgive us without accountability. Ask Allah Azza wa Jal to give us Jannatul Firdaus. Ask Allah Azza wa Jal for His mercy. Ask Allah Azza wa Jal for His forgiveness. And ask Allah Azza wa Jal for freedom from the fire of hell. May Allah Azza wa Jal give us all the barakats and blessings of the last 10 days of Ramzan al-Mubarak. Ameen. Bijahi Nabi Ameen sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
We love Madani Channel. We love Madani Channel. We love Madani Channel.